Hey everyone, it's Xant. Would you take a look at this? 2 weeks in a row with new content. It's almost like we're back in the groove. Now remember, next week should be Sokai, so save your horror chips unless you must absolutely get what's on Rate Up, especially since this is a rather anemic normal banner. Moon was a sign of things to come, it seems. Also, at the end of this video, I'll discuss the new arena suit and pilot. It's definitely not to pad out the video time or anything. Casual segue into the content. Starting off is our sole new gacha unit, the Atlas Gundam. Now, this is a prototype from Thunderbolt Gundam, piloted by E.O. Fleming, and it was designed for ground combat. It's also capable of functioning underwater, atmospheric combat. It has special attachments to allow it to do this stuff. They're called sub-legs. They're mounted on the legs, and it's an accessory equipment. Pretty neat, actually. I think it adds a lot of flavor to the suit. People call it the Surfboard Gundam. I kind of see it. But what kind of weapons does the Atlas have? Well, it has a railgun, 2 beam sabers, an assault rifle, and a blade shield. Overall, it's a wonky looking suit, but hey, prototypes are prototypes. Our other new machine is the welfare suit, the Age 3 Fortress. Piloted by Kyo Asuno, this obvious variant of the Age 3 was made to fight on practically any Terran terrain. How'd you like that alliteration? Now, in this form, it can't fly, but the trade-off is that it's able to hover over anything you throw at it, except probably missiles. You shouldn't try that. Anyways, it's nicknamed the Mobile Fortress, if that gives you an idea of its purpose on the battlefield. So, what weapons does a Mobile Fortress bring? Well, this one has 4 Sig Maxis cannons. It's bare bones in the overall weaponry department, for sure, but these 4 cannons can individually insta-kill. Virtue has some competition, clearly. Alright, now onto our pilots. I'm not going to go into a ton of detail for Andrew, as I've already talked about him, but know that this is his future variant from the later half of Seed and for Destiny. He's still an ace pilot, still a badass that drinks his coffee, and he's still skilled with banter. He's also the 4-star pilot. I know some people don't like that very much, but it's how it is. Our new pilot is, and I'm sorry for butchering his name, Giri Gaducha Aspis. I can't talk about him too much, since there's almost nothing on him other than the series that he's from, Crossbone Gundam. Yeah, so, you see why I kinda stuck the new arena stuff into this? There's really not much I can do about it either. I gotta play the hand I was dealt with what came on banner. Now, the next part is going to be a bit different than my normal Sunday videos. I typically just go over the pilot and the suit, bring up the images and talk about it, and do a review later when it goes live. But since it came live today, and I didn't talk about it before, and I'm already doing a video, I'm actually just going to change over to a live recording, and I'll give you guys my impressions of the suit and pilot. So, yeah, enjoy. Hey guys, so I'm switching over to the live recording now so I can talk about the Dark Hound and Asemu. So I'm going to just start with the pilot and then I'll move on to the new mobile suit. So let's see here. Okay, so he has even stats across the board. He's a mid shooter. And while Transformer are all power boosted, okay. So this could actually yield an interesting build, as he's very easy to EX10, so that's a 25% power boost. Beyond that, he comes with the Transformer tag and Ace exclusive. So if you were going to build a shot machine with the Transformer tag and Ace exclusive, he might actually serve you very well. Granted, you are losing a ton of raw stats because, 500 of shot and melee, but the 25% boost can't really be overlooked. So I'm going to say he's an okay pilot, nothing amazing. If the stats were higher, absolutely, but as it is, you're losing a lot of raw stats for that percent boost. And since we're not able to use marks on pilots, there's only so much you can do to make up for that loss. But I like it. I like what he kind of does here. Now, let's look at the Dark Hound. Come on, you. Alright, Age 2 Dark Hound. So, okay. That's really bad for a welfare spec-wise. While force space, EX skill power boost. Okay. So I remember there was a part we recently got where it did the same thing, where it only activated if you were force space, and I gave it a lot of flack. And I'm looking at this, and it's kind of the same boat. The problem is the skill that it activates for space. You can do that. I've seen it done with a decent build. It's just you also get a 25% boost. See, here's the thing, right? Typically, when you want to get a suit from the gacha, you have to gacha. If it's a Sokai, if it's a limited, no, off the table. It's not worth to get these weird off-tag things for boost. For me, anyways, in my opinion. Flip side, when it's something you can get through premium material exchange or ticket exchange, so things that are in the normal gacha pools, okay, it's a little different because you can EX10 them. It takes a little bit of effort, a little bit of time, or a lot of haro, but you can do it. Arena parts and welfares play by a different set of rules because you can, I think most players can instantly EX10 them with very little difficulty. So I look at this, and it's good. The EX skill power boost by 25% for a relatively okay tag, like, okay, I guess relatively okay is kind of putting it really nicely, because it's a 1% or a 3% boost, which is like nothing. But it's on enough decent parts, you could probably make something work out of it. Anyways, I've talked about this part enough. The stats are extremely poor. The trait is very interesting. It has its uses, I just don't think enough. Flash Eye. Blind enemies. That's interesting. Okay. Force-based close combat. That's really weird. So I have no idea what this actually does. I guess I'll just change their screen to white or something and just make them unable to do something. Maybe they won't be able to lock on. I don't know. I'd have to use it, but the stats don't really look that interesting. Force-based close combat, anchor shot, DC. That's a really low spread for that. What's the cooldown? 3 seconds, 21. No. And yeah, wow, the melee on that's really low. It looks aesthetically really cool. Unfortunately, yeah. Alright, let's look at the legs. Stream slash, B plus B minus. Okay, you know, at least that's interesting. No buff or anything attached to it. Force-based transformer. No. Again, it's one of those interesting parts, but unfortunately, the special ability is just, or the EX skill is just not good enough. And that's pretty much all it is. Okay. Backpack. H2, Dark Hound back. With Lance melee. Okay, no, it's a flat number, it's useless. Specs are pretty normal for a welfare, force-based transformer. Again, interesting tags. I just don't think the part itself is really worth using. Alright, the Dod's Lancer, all force-based, strong, no, crit rate, gone. Well, strong melee crit rate. 2589. Well, at least that has decent spread for a more or less welfare weapon. Force-based close combat. Unfortunately, with the close combat tag and only melee specs, you'd be putting this onto a melee build, and you're losing a ton of melee attack. The trait's not really that useful. There's so much better you can slot. And the Dod's gun. Not to be mistaken for the Dod's rifle. When your speed attribute, no, flat number, useless. Force-based transformers, 1700 shot attack, nothing else. No, this is, both of the weapons are complete write-offs. Okay. Well, anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed this, the video. I'm really sorry about the lack of content, I guess, in the first portion of the video, but what can you do? I've already talked about Andrew. There's really no information about the other pilot, and, you know, the suits are what they are. Anyways, guys, thanks for tuning in, and I will see you in a couple of days for my live impressions, as I normally do for the new content. Alright, peace out. See you in the next one.